Coverage of site visits organized by the Ministry of National Security. We are in the community of Grandbay, and Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, the minister responsible for national security, and he's also responsible for the ambulance and fire and ambulance services, the police departments, and he's here with Mr. Kal Murad and the other officials, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of National Security, the chief of police, Mr. Cobbett, also other high-ranking police officers, the deputy chief, the ASP. We also have the chief of the fire department and other high-ranking officials in the fire department here this morning as we get ready to bring you live coverage of this site visit.
That's what this whole thing. Yes. Okay. Now there is a gym on top.
A gym, right?
On the upper floor. Yeah. But this here is for relaxing, dining, living.
Right.
You know,
table
TV,
tennis
stuff, whatever. Table
right,
tennis.
good, yeah.
It's a big space.
All right,
Should
fine.
I start all over?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think you should.
Huh?
No, somebody would have to hold it.
Can somebody hold it for him?
No, I can hold it, but
Fine.
you want me to start? Is it
Yeah.
working now?
Yes.
Good day, everybody. It's really nice to have you, Your Excellencies. This is the fire station building at Grandbay, and what we have here is the engine room for the fire trucks. Next to it, you have an office for an officer in charge. Next to it is the guard officer or the guard room for controlling people in and out, etc. Next to it is the entrance, the main entrance. Next to all that is the recreation or living dining area for officers, laundry, TV, entertainment, table tennis, etc. That's what goes on the ground floor. If you see next to the staircase over there, you have the sliding pole. So in case, because all the barracks of the officers is upstairs, if they're required to come downstairs, they're of course trained to use the sliding pole, and they will be right next to their fire truck. Now on this part here, we have the male barracks area. Next to it is the female officers and their barracks and some other offices. That's what it is. The total area of the whole building is about 8,000 square feet, in which 3,800 on the first floor and the rest 3,800 on the ground floor.
What's the name of the local contractor?
The name of the local contract is Andrea. He's one of the most dedicated contractors that we worked with, and that's why he was assigned on the project. And what he did, he built a wooden house right across the street from the project, and he and his laborers, his main laborers or his main workers are living in that building 24/7. He just go to town for materials or food or something, and he's on the project.
And the employees?
Most of the workers that work with him are from the area, from the constituency, from Grandbay.
Okay.
And you know, he hires people as needed. For now, he has about 22 people working for him on this project. And what's good about it is they even work during weekends and stuff. So he's a hard worker. Next week, we're gonna put the last slab in the building, and in overlapping to the main structure, main superstructure he's doing, he already started plastering. So I like it when contractors overlap their activities. That, you know.
We can do work floor, we do it in the
Yes, the project completion will be handed over maximum by December.
December what year?
2025, definitely. Yes. All right. If you like to.
Let's go walk through
Oh.
still and
Hi. Thank you.
when 2025, eh?
Still.
So welcome to the actual site visits. The Minister of National Security is leading the way, and we'll get a complete view of the new facility here. So this is the engine room.
The engine room. They have special cabinets and special, shelves and stuff for their requirements, their tools. It was asked for. As you see, we have plenty of windows for ventilation and stuff, so you have a good air movement going on. Now that one here on top, if you see, that's the sliding pool. It's right here. You can see it better through here. This one here, sir.
And the officers will slide
Right.
from straight into the fire truck.
From
Just
their
instead-
barracks,
Yeah.
from their barracks, from the sliding pool that will be installed in the center, and they will slide and they're right into the engine room.
Right into the engine room, we need to access the fire appliances and then move on for work.
Exactly, yes. Now this stairs takes you to the level of the building. This here is an office, and that one here is the guard that has a counter meeting whoever is entering the building over there.
That's living quarters.
Yes, yes, that's the living quarters for the officers, where they have living rooms, dining rooms, etc.
How many officers can it?
It accommodates, with regards to male officers, we're talking about 18 officers as the number that was given to us. As for female, I think it's about 6. But you can check that number with the,
Fire chief.
yes. Because it can take more.
The trucks will be parked here.
Trucks will be parked here, yes. And there will be a road. Well, it depends on the size of the truck, but it can take 2 big ones or 3 medium-sized ones. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mercedes keep.
So we are moving along with the crew. The officials, Mr. Kalmorad was the voice of Kalmorad was the voice you just heard of MMC. And he's the one spearheading the project, ensuring that the building is constructed to the satisfaction of the Ministry of National Security, the government.
So you look at we don't know, Mr. You have a permission.
We are moving to other areas. So where we've just left was the living quarters for the fire officers, both male and female. We are moving upstairs. Let's see.
It has women back
Women.
So where are we now, sir? Where are we now, sir?
Well, that's the actual area for the accommodation of the officers, and female and male. And the intention, therefore, is to have a total of 18 officers. But I'll speak to some of the fundamentals later as we do the briefing downstairs. Because what is happening right now in Grandbay, as we moved just now to the Magistrate Court building, has to be tied to a national developmental approach and plan by the government and the leadership of the government, and that is tied to our national resilience. And so it's not by accident that you see a new communities emerging in Grandbay, where close to 100 houses are being built, new houses are being built. The expansion of the village itself will mean, of course, more strain on the services and the need for more services. That will allow us also to have our own rescue team in Grandbay, resident in Grandbay, because we know that that area is a very vulnerable area. So it is tied. It's not simply a building to house additional fire officers. It's not simply a magistrate court to create a better and more conducive environment for the magistrates to actually discharge the duties, and for people who are seeking reprieve or redress to attend court. But it is tied, of course, to a national developmental agenda, and that speaks to our resilience, etc. So if you're going to have more people in an area, then the need for actually better response and quicker response in the event of disasters, etc., becomes paramount. And the need to resolve conflicts when they emerge, therefore. And so we hope that with the new magistrate court building, will create an environment where magistrates will spend the time that they need to spend on the bench and to dispose of the cases before them in a timely fashion. But of course, as you heard, you see the plan, of course, as you heard from Mr. Carl, that you're going to have an area to recreate and there. And the officers can play the table tennis, they can go to the gym, and to keep fit. And some of the guys are much too big to fight and stuff like that. And then they need to keep fit. And then if you're too big and you're too heavy, how can you climb a post or a ladder and to rescue somebody? It means that you need to be rescued yourself. You know, so all these things have been done, and to ensure that we have officers that are ready for the job. And I want to commend the officers, the fire officers, for the tremendous job they've been doing over the years. So we're creating a better environment for them to work and to serve the people of Grandbay. Yeah, so this is the area there, and the officers, and there's a clear separation and demarcation between where the male officers reside and the female officers reside. Yes.
That's a female officer
Yeah.
here for two female
Yeah.
officers with their own
Bathroom.
private washroom.
Yeah. And every room is self-contained.
Bathroom.
Yeah, yeah.
This
Yeah.
one for two, like maybe supervisors.
Gives you a complete view. And this we must commend the government of Dominica, as well as particularly the Ministry of National Security. There is also an exit, emergency exit, so we'll allow you to have a look.
This is the emergency exit here. Spiral staircase going down this
Okay. So our cameras will show you shortly the emergency exits. So they go down on an elevator or something, or spiral staircase. A spiral staircase. Okay. Okay, we just said it. Right. So we just said it from the PS. It's a spiral staircase. When the officers receive an emergency call, they will be able to respond quickly.
dumbbells also, rapid dumbbells. We'll have that here.
What area is this?
This is the
Okay. So those of you who are watching, this is the
Yes,
gym.
a multi
Use
machine.
machine,
Right. That's what we're going to
biceps, triceps, chest, back.
So we are moving on to other areas. The next area you will have an opportunity to see and to hear from the officials is the magistrates court, the new magistrates court.
For the total building.
Okay. Sounds very well done.
Okay, these are the main racks over there
Yes.
with the sliding pool.
So this is living, dining, and we can convert it into, if we have meetings.
conference, okay.
That's right. So the doors will be able to shut. We also are going to, you see this area? We are going to include a partition, drawing partition.
Especially if there's a disaster and you want to meet the media.
That's right. So we'll close this area out and have our conference facility.
Right. Because the reason why I ask is the minister said because of the area that is prone to disasters, of course, that's why I ask. There might be times you might just call the media to meet you in Grandbay
That's
instead
right.
of.
So we have the space for that.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. We are moving to the magistrates court, and the last time we were here, we saw quite an improvement in the new magistrates court building. It was under construction at the time, and we are going to see how far the works are and when the building will be completed, and what happens from here, what areas as far as serving the communities, what communities apart from just Grandbay will be served by this district.
We just want to make it look like the whole facility. Is Donald here? Letang. Letang. Did he arrive? Here, take this. Here we're talking about 3,000. Inshallah. Where's the minister?
He's coming. He's walking up. And I'll be right there so they can see.
So we are actually standing next, well, on the grounds of the Grandbay Police Station. To the east is the existing Grandbay Police Station, and to the south is the new Magistrates Court. And you'll notice we have the steps as well as the ramp. So again, they've catered for the invalid, as it were, or the persons who aren't able to walk freely. We will hear from the minister, also Kal Murad of MMCE Limited, as well as the fire chief and the police chief. Well, we heard from the fire chief a while ago, because to our right is the new Grandbay Fire Station, which is being constructed as we speak. A very big building, to be honest, compared to the one in Rosso. And Mr. Fire Chief, looking at the size of this building there, it's really big, for this community. In terms of serving, what areas, as far as where will this fire service serve?
Okay, the Grandbay district covers the entire southern part of the country, and presently our fire coverage. So once the road down at Petit Savant to Delis, so this we also cover that area, but because of the access to Delis was compromised, then Roseau at this moment covers Delis. But one of the things we take into consideration in planning this project is the isolation of this district and the hazards and risks that exist in this district, and we needed something. So we actually have a building not just for now, but for the future, because this district, this area, this constituency is being developed quickly in terms of housing and all that. And we have to remember the road project, because one of our responses in this community that is more is that of motor vehicle accidents.
Right.
So all this we
That will help avert.
yes,
all this.
yes, please.
Thanks. We'll get back to you. So we're here with the Honorable Minister of National Security, Reverend Blackmore, and Mr. Carl Murad.
Administrator.
How are you, Excellency? All right, it goes like this. All right, so we're right here right now. We're right here.
I'm sorry, just for information. This is the court administrator for the magistrate court, and also magistrate. The chief magistrate is currently on vacation leave, and the other members of the magistracy are sitting. So thank you for coming. It's my wife, and they're all Dominicans.
Okay, the building goes like this, all right? We are right here, right now, at the Porsche. And as you enter, this is a waiting lounge for, people. And then as they enter the court hall, these are all the benches. Here you have the inmate in a secured cell, if you wish. And that's the stage for the witness. The judge is sitting right here, and the judge comes from his chamber there. That's his office, kitchen, washroom, and the accessibility for the judge is to come from outside right here. And even outside, if we take you outside to see, he has his own gate. So he can park his car, open his gate, and come here with no disturbance and leave the same. There, if you see this here, excuse me, if you see this one here, it's right that one. See this wall here? It links and connects with the police station, which is this wall. This wall, if we look at it, is this one. We already did the connection, and it comes into multi-cells for multi suspects, if you wish, male and female, with also washrooms for male and female, and they come through this door directly to this cell here, and this is when you start your procedure. This is the building.
Okay. So the suspects don't get to see the public; they go straight to the court, right?
Right. They get to see only the people in the courtroom. As you enter, please. It's just a waiting area, yeah, before you go access to the courtroom. And it has a washroom and stuff. And we have waiting area, you can say, outdoor, indoor. They want to wait outside, they wait on.
And they allow washing facility.
Of course. Yes. That's the washing facility for male and female. That's the courtroom. There will be a stage here for the judge. He will go The judge, once he comes out of his chambers there, he will go a couple of steps up into his counter, and I mean into his, what do you call it? The,
So the judge comes from this area.
comes from that. Yeah, that's the judge area. This area over there is only for the judge. So, and there we will have benches for lawyers and people attending the court. This is the judge's office. That's his kitchen. This is his washroom, and that's electrical room. And he lives here. And
You contrafest there. Local contrafest here.
So PS the judge sits here.
Magistrate.
The magistrate. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The magistrate's chambers, two of them,
Oh.
with adjoining bathrooms.
Right.
Them there, the other one over there.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can
And in here is a kitchenette or something? That's a kitchenette?
over there.
Oh,
And then the toilet is there. There's another bathroom, yeah.
sign for the judge with regards to his security, his privacy.
You're the contractor? Yes. We'll talk to you after. Okay? For this building?
Can you open?
So you're doing both buildings?
Go ahead. Come and have a look. Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're good.
Maybe there is a name like this.
That's the private entrance you were talking
That's
about?
private entrance.
Okay,
yes,
all right.
from the street.
Yeah.
And that's for the judge or the
Magistrate,
magistrate?
yes.
The magistrate.
And you see this fence over there was not there. It's not
So he's
even
saying
in-
it's a private
it's not
entrance for the
even in our
magistrate, so
contract.
that the public doesn't have to see
Right,
them
right,
coming.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Right. So the magistrate has private parking and also a private entrance.
Down here into the gate outside, parks his car outside, and
Okay. And the magistrate's office is self-contained. And yes, this area here as well. I
These
know
are
this
two
is
chambers.
One for the, okay. So we have two chambers. If we have two magistrates or a judge and a magistrate, but most times it's a magistrate because the judge is involved. So these are the cells. When we came the last time, the cells.
Yeah, you mentioned the wall, but I didn't realize. Oh, so it's to the cells. Okay, so this is the wall connected to the police station.
This is
So
the
then
wall.
you come in straight.
There's a hole. So there's a hole. There's something.
It's a cross to the
Cross.
station.
Oh, okay. There will be a door. Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Passageway, so it's not.
Okay.
There's no need for it to go up.
Connected to the police station, so the suspects will come straight from the police station into the cells, and from the cells. How many cells are there, Carl?
it depends because here you can put 3 guys if we're talking about minor issues. If we're talking about, let's say, traffic violation. Okay, but if you're talking about hardcore, then it's different. So it depends on the classifications of the crime, classifications of inmates. You know, if they're girls, they're boys, they're this, they're that. There's different
And
classifications.
how many
for
cells
it.
do you have here?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 cells.
And 5. This one is 5. So we have 5 cells altogether. But the capacity, because here it's not let's say, jail. It's not a prison.
Temporary.
It's a temporary thing for procedures. They come here for the court. So they bring them, let's say, from the jail. I don't know if Grand Bay has a jail or not, but they come from the jail to this for their court processing. So it may be a day, a night, I don't know. Yeah. So
So these are the cells,
So you guys can go further in to see.
5 cells. Yes. Okay, 5 cells, as we heard from Kalmarad. Kalmarad just told us they have 5 cells. Improvements, sorry, marked improvements. National security. So here we are as we get ready for the wrap with the minister.
Okay, where's the contractor for this? Okay?
Ronald,
So you're for the magistrate court, right? Yes. All right, fine. Yes,
Everybody
come because the chief magistrate is not there, so you may have to say a few
Line
words.
up.
Where are the magistrates? Our chief, the police can come at the back. I mean, one of us together. Everybody, the police and the court is the same thing. The fire guys come. Fire guys. Where are chief of police? Where are the other guys? Where's the administrator? The court administrator?
So as we wrap up, we
Everybody come, everybody
invite you
come.
to stay tuned as we wrap up on both Kyrie FM and DBS Radio as we wrap up these site visits.
These are the manners that are signed somewhere. So if you can come there, man. Nothing from a big dog. I mean, just study back, you look less intimidating. Where's Carl? Okay, so, yeah. Again, thank you very much to the media fraternity for always being ready to transmit the information to the public. And we live in a culture whereby we give prominence and currency to a number of negative things that are taking place. But in this country, of course, we're not immune to the realities of the world. And that notwithstanding, we have been able to do well in the circumstances because of the leadership this country has enjoyed over the years. So today we're here today. We just finished actually doing the walkthrough. Firstly, at the new fire building. Well, hopefully, as you heard from Mr. Carl, by December 2025, not 2026, we shall, not me, we shall see the completion of the fire and ambulance building. I'm really very happy for the fire officers. And you have Mr. Wayne later, the acting fire chief, who has been commendable over the years. And the officers under his command have demonstrated the highest degree of commitment to the country as a professional group. But I want to just put that thing into perspective as we're here today, that this new building that has been constructed for the fire officers will house a minimum of 18 officers, to include female officers. 18. Huh?
excluding female officers.
Yeah, excluding, yeah? Yeah, but we're hoping to have female officers there. And because the building is actually fitted with accommodation for both male and female. So, and we are now standing at the entrance area of the Magistrate Court building. But the reason why I want to put that in the proper context, within the context of what they're trying to achieve as a country, tied to our national development or national resilient development strategy, with a time horizon of 2030, where we seek to build this country and using resilience as a basis for our development, taking into consideration everything we do has to be able to withstand the possibility of a natural disaster. More so we are more prone than anything else to hurricane. That's what we have been experiencing over the years. But resilience, therefore, begins with us. So as you drove into Grandbay, you would have seen, or you saw, sorry, tremendous work is being done on the road network to the tune of $170 million. That is grant funded from the British government. And so what is going to happen is that to make the road safer for the transfer of, not only in terms of commuting, but to facilitate commerce. Because and that will lend itself to expanding the village of Pishley and Grandbay and Bellevue and Bacatel and all the other communities and hamlets that are in close proximity of what is happening right now. So you're going to have more strain on the services that the state provides. They're also building close to 100 houses, new houses in the Grandbay area to expand Grandbay and for the people of Grandbay and the environs. There's going to be a need for better services from the state, including fire and rescue operations. So that has to be tied to that national framework, therefore, where we're moving through a few fire officers to a minimum of 18. And so the intention is to have almost 30 officers here and to have Grandbay catchment area with its own rescue team. So you're not going to have to rely on the main branch in Roseau to mobilize rescue fire officers, but they'll be already stationed here to actually respond to the possible eventuality of a disaster. And I think that is deep thinking. Once a community expands in terms of population and more people, the possibility of conflicts emerging, of course, is likely. And then we need to have a system in place that is more efficient to resolve conflicts. And the court, therefore, is the final arbiter of facts concerning criminal and civil matters. And I believe it's the thinking in the right direction to build a new building, and so you can have a more conducive environment. Hopefully that will lend to the court needs to be more efficient in terms of the sitting. So the magistrates can come and no longer complain about not having air conditions, or the fan is not working, or not enough washrooms. So we have a facility there with all those functionalities that are required to have a smooth operation of the magistrate court. And the court's supposed to start in rows at 9 and 10 in certain areas. The court should start at 9 and 10. And the matters on the list should be dealt with once the people are served. So I believe that, therefore, the Americans say, if you blow your own trumpet, we'll blow it for you. I believe, therefore, that we must not see those two buildings in isolation to our National Integrated Developmental Plan. And that is what I'm elated about. And so, from what I've been advised, and I'm somebody I like schedules, I like time. And for the times and the other areas you're obligated to by both sides can be adhered to the fullest. So I've been informed that by October 2025, I like to put the years because somebody told you October and they're not telling you what year. So when October reaches in 2025, they said, I didn't say 25, I said October. But the October that we are speaking about, where's the contractor, the local contractor? Where is he? Is October of this year, isn't that so?
Yes, sir.
October, you're from where?
Pishley.
Pishley, just close to Grandbay.
Yeah.
And you're a local contractor.
Yes, sir.
And I want to commend you for a tremendous job you have been doing. I've been told that you're very diligent. And on the building down at the fire department, where we just came from, 22 local people have been employed by local contractor. How many people are you employing here?
Well, from the local villages, we should have at least 15.
15 from 40 Magistrate Court alone?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. And you're from Pishley. So I want to commend you, and as a young man, I've been told you're very diligent.
Well, his dad is Donald Littank, so he's one of the
Okay,
best
fine, yeah.
contractors in the Monica.
So we're here. We have you for the permanent secretary, and we also have Ms. Pello, who was a magistrate, young lady from the village of where? Layu, was emerging, and so I'm happy to have you. The chief magistrate is currently on vacation leave, and the other magistrates are sitting as we speak. We cannot close down the court, and for that event there today, and we have the court administrator who does actually the schedules for the court and other things to go with the efficiency and operation of the court. So I'll turn to the fire chief, or maybe I'll make the PSC a few words on behalf of the magistracy, and then the fire chief, and the local contractor, and then I wind up. Thank you.
Okay, I want to acknowledge the presence of the minister, the chief of police, the various heads. I want to thank you. I want to thank the local, the public for tuning in. And the minister hit on many of the key points, which are, of course, resilience, but he also hinted at a wider goal, which is, of course, to preserve the dignity of the court. And this building is reflective of some of the core principles that are reflected in the NRDS and the CRRP, which include, of course, humane treatment for all, even those who are incarcerated or who are detained, etc. So this is a perfect example of the idea of resilience as well as humane treatment, but also befitting of the dignity of the court. And I'll turn over to the chief fire officer to say a few words about the.
Question.
Sure.
Which areas will the court serve as far as where?
Yes, the entire south, because this is the south, so it serves the entire south. And again, this is a growing community. Grandbay has been expanding. It's always been an expanding community, but we've seen much more expansion throughout the last few years. And so whatever buildings we do have to be reflective of that reality.
Yes, thank you very much. Let me recognize the Honorable Minister, the Commissioner of Police and his team, PS, Court Administrator. We at the Fire Service are very excited about this project that is happening. It's something that has been in the pipeline for a while. And when we look at disasters such as Erica hit in this district, we saw the need for even better fire coverage in this area. And this is where this building is coming from. But let me say, it's not just a building for building sake and for the present, but it also talks about future expansion of the fire service. In this area, we have facilities for female, which we, in the Grandbay district now, we have only one female per shift working. But with this station, we could have at least 4 females per shift working in the district. And the 16 to 18 persons that the minister talks about, it is per shift. So if you have to look at 2 shifts in the fire service, that's automatically already at least 36 persons to be working in this station. Now, this station it's a dream come true. It has the features which will uplift the operations of the fire department, the gym. We have downstairs of this building strictly operational and upstairs residential. And this station presently will be the 2nd largest of the station, the 3rd purpose-built fire station that we have in the Commonwealth of Dominica. We are talking about the Douglas Charles Airport Station and the Kenfield Airport Station. So this will be the first purposely built domestic fire station in the country. So I could also say that we have plans of the Laplin Fire Station, which we have heard is on the cards for construction. But here we are very happy today for this station, and the men are excited, the staff are excited, about the presence of this station and what we'll be getting. We'll be having a training yard. The yard will be enough for training. At Grandbay, we've never had that. So we are also looking at even the fire service at large, who may have some training activity that we could do in this area. So we have facility for accommodation for those persons also. So we are very excited about this program. And I'm happy to see it is coming up. And December 2025, we are looking forward to that. Thank you very much.
Also means increasing your number of officers.
Yes, that's in discussion. That's in discussion. Yes, for increasing of staff in this area. Yes, please.
Okay, if just to lend my support to the fire chief, and then to give further amplify, because some matters hinge on policy, and so we are committed, of course, in the last financial year of last year, where close to $2 million was actually made available for the purchase of a new fire truck. And this truck has to be manufactured from scratch. You also have an immediate solution to deal frontally with some of the challenges of the fire department, and that's for the procurement of 3 additional trucks, one of which has the competence to discharge foam, and we know that's critical. And we're hoping before the end of the year, not hoping, we will get this truck before the end of the year, to be deployed in St. Joseph, and an additional fire truck for Roseau. So that's what we're doing, and the trucks have tremendous capacity. And yeah, the fourth one is impossible, but it's the possible St. Joseph and Roseau. All right, so that's what we're doing. In terms of additional officers, we just made some promotion appointments. When I say we, I mean the Public Service Commission, where except 2, I think, that came in after of the act in the position that have been dealt with. In terms of the additional officers you're talking about new entrants into the fire service for people who are retired, because by way of natural attrition, people will get older and they'll have to retire. So it doesn't have to do with officers who are currently in the system who are not appointed. It has to do with officers who have resigned or retired. So we are looking forward to actually have a situation whereby we can have additional officers employed. Having said that, subsequent to COVID-19, or because of COVID-19, the fire chief at the time, Mr. Juppy, a good Dominican, came to me and he said he wanted some additional help just to assist the fire officers for the COVID period. I said to the PS, I know there was something, yes, sir? So we brought in, 34 officers, and the intention, they were temporary officers. So it means that after the challenges of COVID-19, you see, we always do not put things into proper perspective and we forget. And I said to myself, and my wife told me too, as I'm getting older, I'm getting a better sense of recollection. Yes, I'm also wiser. But and so COVID passed, and of course, any other government without that sense of an appreciation for humanity would have said, of course, the purpose has been served, and the people have to move on. Then we actually, what we did, we created 34 additional positions. And we increased, therefore, the establishment of the fire service. So the 34 officers who actually are currently employed now, there was no vacancy for them. All right? It was because of the good self and the good office of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. I brought the people to the Cabinet, and we created those positions. All right? And so I wanted to put that into perspective. So in terms of the fire service itself, in terms of the plans that the government has, we are currently, as we speak, we have a proposal, a comprehensive proposal before the Chinese government, which of course entails the construction of accommodation for police officers, the construction of an administrative block for the police department, the construction of a new administrative block, and accommodation and all the other functionaries to go with that building for the fire department. So we're not leaving anybody behind. So I'm happy that it's fire chief, and I did not ask him to say that, because I hear fellows talking a lot. I hear everybody talking, and they're not talking about the good things that are happening because they live in a different reality, and they are of their own methodology. And there's nothing you can do with people like that, because there's a sense of madness. Understand? So the last time I checked, I was not a psychiatrist. So so there's nothing you can do to them. They don't do these things. And so we were addressing all those things frontally. the La Plaine police station, from the days of Mr. Peter Sergent, fire and ambulance station, from the days of the pirate Peter Sergent, he has been advocating for that. We approached a friendly government, the United States of America, $6.5 million, grant funded. And La Plaine for the first time will have a fire station and ambulance there. And then so we're building for the first time since the independence of this country, except for the Mebinol building. The independence was 1978. And that's the first time that prominence is being given to the need to decentralize the operation of the fire service. And here people saying about the population, everybody migrating overseas, it's getting smaller. But if the population is getting smaller, and the government, why is the government decentralizing critical services? You get my point, because the government cares about the people of this country. And your ability to respond to fires, the ability to respond to emergencies, that's critical to building resilience and building a country and promoting growth. Yeah. I wanted to say before we leave that tomorrow, I think, will be the end of the gun amnesty program. And where we had a 1 month period where people could have brought in their illegal firearms without fear of being prosecuted or charged. Thus far, based on the advice I've gotten from the police chief, 4 firearms have been returned. It means, therefore, that people have made the rational decision to keep their firearms, notwithstanding everything that has been said. So the culture is, once something happens and somebody gets shot, sadly so, those who are opposed to the state try to place the blame at the feet of the Prime Minister and the Minister and the government in a whole, not realizing it's a societal problem that we have to address. And when you have a society where people are benefiting from the proceeds of crime, and I've said it, and that's what happened, and the hypocrisy that has been demonstrated all the time. And that's what happens. So I think that we have to look at ourselves in the mirror and so ask ourselves, are we really serious? But let me just say something. We are the most peaceful country in the OACS catchment, Dominican and Grenada. Crime, the crime statistics, if you were to look at it, is the lowest it has been in the history of Dominica, except for some incidents that we have of shooting in every aspect. Rape, doesn't name it. But the so-called social scientists don't look at that, because for them, the bona fide social scientists are concerned about empirical facts. They're concerned about putting things in perspective. They're concerned about methodology. But the social scientists of BEF are not really concerned about these things. They are made it their vocation to speak nonsense and to lie because they have a political agenda. So this firearms thing is being confronted very seriously. We are moving to have, in due time, our own forensic lab, where we can have actually starting firstly with a system whereby in Dominica, we have gotten the funding for that, we'll be able to actually capture the ballistics of guns that are being used to commit crime, and to fire, or the officers will be so trained to fire the guns using that system, and to have it sent for analysis in Trinidad in quick time. And then we are about to identify 2 bright police officers who will be sent to Trinidad for a period of 2 years and to become scientists in the area of forensic, and we'll be able to testify before the court. We are moving forward with that. The guys are trained as to how to restore serial numbers. But one of the things that we have been confronted with is that some of the guns, the serial numbers have been removed and the gun has been defaced. So what we have the guys do, competence right now. We're trained right now in Dominica to restore the serial numbers. So what is important is to try to identify the players in Dominica who are clearing those illegal guns on behalf of their associates, those they trade with, and to arrest them and to have them where they belong. Yes, we have made some progress. We have 4 matters right now before the court where people have been charged for the trafficking of firearms. As we speak, the penalty is $700,000, the fine, and the jail time is 25 years or both. As we speak, we have Mr. Anthony Laron, who is actually attached to the ministry as a draft person, a consultant, looking at the Firearms Act and to amend it and to come with more stringent penalties. If you're caught with a firearm, or if you're caught with 2 firearms, you should go to jail. 2, 3, you're trafficking, jail. And then for your first time, if you're charged, why should it be enough? The court should be placed in a situation whereby you have a minimum and a maximum. So you cannot go for a first offense for 1 gun. You should not be able to go below $50,000 or 10 years imprisonment. But that's what I'm saying from here. But when your law is actually finalized, we look at it. So we're looking at the Jamaican model right now to strengthen our laws, and also amending sections 7 of the Bail Act, because the Bail Act itself, the intention of the legislator was clear, that anyone found with illegal firearms, especially if it is used to commit a crime, should be dealt with a particular way. If you kill somebody, if you premeditate, and you decide I'm going to kill John Brown, and you proceed to do so, it's much different from driving a vehicle and bouncing somebody accidentally or defending yourself. You ought not to be bailed. And if you're to be bailed, there have to be good reasons for that. And the intention of the parliament and the intention of the law was never to create a situation whereby the prosecution had to prove that the accused will make itself available at the court when hearing is to be heard. That onus has to be on the accused, not only on the prosecution. So the law is being amended for that purpose, and Mr. Lawan has given a first draft in that regard. So we're looking at the whole thing in front of you. So I want to just thank those who are buttoning their firearms, and I'm calling on the community, all the communities, to join with the police and the government to fight this dangerous phenomenon. And I saw the police. We have also put in place, I have approved for the establishment of a community policing unit, full-time, so the officers can go into the various communities and re-establish themselves and build that bond for the express purpose of preventing crime.
Question. Matters being dealt with speedily at the courts, and this has always been your
Yeah, we have in High Court reinstated in the month of September. The Permanent Secretary has been instructed to meet with the magistrates and to put the systems in place. That is going well. The police is ready. Is that so, Chief?
That's correct.
In terms of security. And the court administrator has started looking at the scheduling. And the intention is you have a number of people working in the private sector and who maybe not be inclined to shut down their business to go to court. But if the court sits from 2 to 9, that provides an opportunity for everyone to participate in that area. We're looking at the appointment of new magistrate. We just had the appointment of Ms. Pelway with the Dominican, and we're still looking for some additional magistrate. In terms of the last assizes, we had 42 matters before the High Court, the Supreme Court, sorry. And all of them were disposed of. You don't hear about these things. And I want to take this opportunity to commend the DPP. We have been under tremendous unfair criticism, sometimes by the judges, for standing on behalf of the people of this country and for standing for the law. The law is the law. The law is not what you think it is. The law is the law. In the absence of written law, you have precedent. But once you have written law, and you have to read the law for what the law initially is at the face of the law before you start interpreting. And I didn't go to law school. I only did a major in law for my own appreciation, etc. You get my point. But I'm not saying, and standing for the state, and you have people setting aside the law. And then, so you had 14 of these matters out of the 42, where the jury came back with guilty verdicts. And 5 were disposed of or thrown out. But they're being actually, some of them are being reinstated. And for what? When you have the preliminary inquiry, you call it a PI. You're not really having a hearing at the PI stage. All the court needs to establish whether there's enough evidence to answer a charge. So everybody who actually was deposed or who gives evidence at the magistrate court level, we have what they call a deposition. A deposition essentially is evidence. I can recall when I went to university, I had a number of cases before the court. And one of it got thrown out. It was a rape matter because I was not able to come down to testify because I was around my exam time. And the magistrate wasn't, the lawyer was insisting that I came. But of course, strictly speaking, once you have a deposition, it can be read. So to forget to sign, and I'm saying it, to forget to sign the deposition in 5 matters. In 5 matters. One, a murder, and one I'm very much concerned about is where a young boy, underage boy, was unnaturally, I don't want to say sexually, unnaturally assaulted. Now that underage boy is not able to testify and make decisions on his own. He has a parent, he has guardian. But I'm saying, when we actually looked at the we have actually rewrote the firearms legislation, sexual offenses, legislation. And we expanded with the assistance of Mr. Ray Harris, one of the brightest minds in legal drafting in the Caribbean, and maybe in the world too. We expanded the definition of a number of offenses. And one of it is that if a child, a minor, is under the care of a parent or parents or guardians or teacher and doctors, whoever, who is in care of that child, who prevents that child from testifying, it's an offense. It's an offense punishable by 5 years, not 7, 5 years imprisonment. I'm not sure whether it is Section 31C, something like that. I'm not sure. I think that according to the Sexual Offences Act. So the chief of police is there. I'm not instructed him publicly. I hope the DPP is listening. We have to make an example of those people who are destroying the lives of the young people, and then they blame Skerrit, and then they blame Blackmore, and they're not blaming themselves. So it's time we stop this element of hypocrisy in this country. You understand? I have a lot of things have been said about me. I have no regards for any man who abuses a woman, whether his wife or anybody else. But here people made up a story against me, and they're looking at me from the conceptual lens. We have fought within the ministry, the PS is there, under the leadership of Reverend Skerrit, where we have actually transformed the Sexual Offences Act. I got an invitation along with the Speaker of the House, invited by in England, by the Commonwealth Secretariat, because Dominica is one of the countries with the most far-reaching Sexual Offences Act, which also says that a husband can rape his wife and a wife can rape her husband. We know most times it's not the wife that's doing it, but we know it's the husband. You understand? The husband goes, buy a blast all his money, well, and when you come home, you want to force the wife to blast. And if she says no, even if you guys are married, she says no. She says no. You understand what I'm saying? While I was there, I'm from Mao, so I speak real. So while I was in Parliament, people texted me and saying, Mr. Blackman, why are you guys going to do that thing now? Now you're going to make women take their foot on man. I said, no, it is sexually, it is gender neutral. A man can rape his wife. A wife can rape her husband. But why are you so scared about it? All these things that we have done. And we're still blaming the politician. We're still blaming the minister. We're still blaming the Attorney General. We're still blaming the DPP. We're still blaming Ailas, this Prime Minister. Let us blame ourselves. Let us fix ourselves before we want to fix somebody else. Because the laws are there, and we have to apply the law. So you asked me the question. In essence, I wanted to address that frontally. So we're talking about the court. We're hoping to see that people who have the law before them, the laws of the state before them, to have an appreciation that, and to have an understanding of what the separation of powers means. The separation of powers doesn't mean you can do what you want. It means that you have to operate within the ambit of the law, and you must at all times represent and preserve the public interest. And sometimes the public interest means protecting the right of the accused too, you know. But we have to be able to demonstrate that sense of honesty that sense of belonging to a country, and that sense of understanding that all of us represent society once we're in public office. Yeah.
Ronald later.
In terms of construction, how has it been going and completion date?
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank the government of Dominica for giving us the opportunity to put forth this project, showcase our talent and skills, and employ a few tradesmen and laborers in the community and neighboring surroundings. So in terms of completion, well, you already said in October, so we're working hard at it. As you can see, we're working on the yard, toilets inside, techs going on. So that is where we are right now.
What's the size of both buildings?
Well, we're just working on one at a time. They have 3,000 square feet for this magistrate court. 3,000, yes.
Any challenges so far?
Yes, well, financially, sometimes you know how it goes, but we're getting by with it, man, so far. 15, but we have them, we have different projects going on, so we have them scattered over the place. We have some projects higher up, we have Trafalgar, the same housing project they're doing all over the place.
Increasing the number to make the project complete?
Well, number to make the project complete? Well, so far we have enough there. We're just doing the finishing works, man. It's not nothing major like that. All right, thank you. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. All right, I want to. I think Carl. Carl, I need to also say a few words, right?
Yes, okay. Well, first, I think I've said everything about the building, the areas, etc. We're talking here about 3,000. Can you hold them, please? Okay. The area is about 3,000 square feet in total for the magistrate court. And as I said, the good thing about it is that it is connected to the police station, which we are going to renovate also. We can see we started painting indoors and outdoors. So that's about the whole thing technically. Other than that, I would like to thank everybody here today, especially Minister Blackmore for his assistance and support. By the way, this is maybe his 6 or 7 visits, but maybe this is the 3rd in public. But he comes on a regular basis with me, calls me sometimes on the weekend that he would like to come and have a look and stuff.
Also, can you just reassure the public that these buildings are resilient and built for hurricanes?
Of course, that goes without saying. Whenever MMC is doing a building, it's resilient to hurricane, earthquake. We follow a harsh code or a good code. I mean, we don't use the minimum code for earthquake. We use the maximum code for earthquakes, and for resilience. Of course, it's reinforced concrete from foundation to roof, parapets, etc. In addition to windows thickness, doors, steel doors outside, etc. So all the we make sure that even fixing the windows and doors are done in a proper way in which hurricane cannot just fly the windows or doors out of place and danger people. We don't use galvanized sheets on top of roofs. Everything is concrete. That's why maybe you see most of the buildings we do are flat. But just in case we do pitched roof, we also do it in reinforced concrete.
Thank you.
So, but allow me to just continue what I was saying with regards to my thanks and appreciation to the team, represented, as I said, by Minister Blackmore for his continuous support and visits. Mr. Wayne, with regards to the fire station, we have done the fire station according to international codes, but there is Dominica fire station requirements with regards to their staffing, their management, their admin stuff. So he was very helpful in guiding us to what to do and what not to do, let's say, with regards to the function of the building. So thank you very much. I also thank Chief Corbett. He came also here with many visits to to help us with the coordination with the police and the connection and the transition from the police to court and the court function, etc. I also like to thank the magistrate court, I don't know what you call them, judges or whatever, what do you call them? Magistrates that came here also a few times and guide us on the functionality of the whole thing. So thank you all, and see you in October, I think before October for this facility, and on December for the fire station. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much. So we just want to close off again. I want to thank the press for always being willing to join us and assist the ministry in showing the public and keeping them up to date with what we're doing. I want to thank everybody for coming, and have a pleasant day. Thank you.
And that's it as we wrap up here this afternoon from the Grandbay community. Wonderful site visits. Steve Vidal saying thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned to Cairo FM. Our next broadcast will be at Flo Dominica this afternoon at 3, and then we head to the Miss Wob launching at Old Mill Cultural Center. Stay tuned to the Genuine Sound. Goodbye.